And we have been able to do that over the years. So obviously, I would like to make sure that by balancing our budget and not mortgaging your future and your children and my children and grandchildren, that we fix Social Security and we fix Medicare and we sit down together. But in the short term, I can give you some relief. Maybe another stimulus package to give you a few $100s extra that might, although, as you know, we don't, you can print money, but at some point you have to pay for it. And I'd be glad to take other short-term measures that might give you a very short-term kind of relief. But until we change the way we do business, then there's not going to be long-term relief. And one of the things we have to do, of course, if we were having this meeting, and I'm sorry for the long answer, but if we were having this meeting 6 months ago, you know what we would have been talking about? Your business, health care. How can we have affordable and available health insurance? We still haven't solved the problem, but because now it's the gas prices and the energy, and we don't know where it's going to end up. Some oil minister, I think it was the Russian oil minister, correct me if I'm wrong, Jim said that you could see oil at $200 a barrel. And that scares people. So we've got to give trust, confidence. We've got to stop the spending. We've got to sit down and work on these problems together. And we've got to give the American people some concrete plans with concrete dates as to when we're going to become independent of foreign oil, or at least at a point where we're not dependent on the fluctuations in the cost of foreign oil. And secondly, I want to make sure that you have affordable and available health care. You're in the business. You know how difficult that challenge is today. And finally, I think we need to look at No Child Left Behind, fix it, and make sure that every child in America has a quality education. I also would immediately install. A lot of people are out of work today, my friends. A lot of Americans have lost their job recently and suddenly. I would immediately install programs in our community colleges, an institution like this, where we could have training and education for displaced workers and get them qualified to re-enter the workforce, not have their lives end as a result of the sudden and recent loss of a job. So I'd love to tell you some magic elixir that I have that's going to fix all our problems immediately. But if we have the kind of trust and confidence in government that we need, if we have some short-term relief and some long-term proposals that Americans can have confidence in the future of this country and your future, then we're going to be a lot better off almost immediately. And I'm sure I could think of some other things to do. But one of the biggest challenges that we face is the one we're discussing today. I always, by the way, if I see them in an audience whenever I have town hall meetings, and I've had hundreds of them, because I believe that service to a cause greater than your self-interest is the most noblest of all things you can do. And there's an organization that was inspired by Bono, as a matter of fact, that has volunteers that are all over America. And they are dedicated to the eradication of HIV/AIDS, malaria. They go to Africa. Almost all of them, to help people who are disadvantaged there, almost all of them are volunteers. And I see a representative here from one. Please stand, sir, and let us recognize one, an organization that is the epitome of America. Let him have the microphone if you'd like.
Hello.
Would you like to tell us a little bit about one?
One is a nonpartisan coalition of, close to 2.5 million Americans now. And we believe that if individuals and governments work together and each do what they can do, that half the world that lives on less than $2 a day, that's an unnecessary problem that can be solved.
Sir, I hope, thank you for all your 2.5 million volunteers all over America do. Sir, I hope I made you feel a little better. And I would also like to, while I'm thinking about it, America has faced great challenges in the past. We went through a Great Depression. We went through the war that provided us our greatest generation. We have been through challenges before. I have no doubt we can meet them. But America has to understand the challenge better and understand what we have to do to fix them. And that's one of the major jobs of the President of the United States. I'm very biased, but I believe America was in kind of doldrums back when, maybe probably before you were born, around 1981. And Ronald Reagan came to office as President of the United States, and he said that America's best days are ahead of us. I still believe America's best days are ahead of us, and we can meet these challenges and take them head on, and we will. We will take this one on, and we need the right leaders to do it. Would you raise your hand if you... There's somebody all the way up in the back near the end. Yes, sir.
Hi, Senator. My name is...
If you'd let him have the microphone, please. There you go. Thank you.
Hi, Senator. My name is Phil Dickey, and I just it seems fitting that we're at a college campus, and a lot of college students are concerned about college tuition rising, and I was just wondering what are your plans for college cap per se, and what your plans are when you get in office. Thank you.
Well, first of all, student loans are obviously a vital part of allowing anyone to receive a quality education in America. And I'm worried, as a number of other people are, because of all of the impact on the financial markets, that there would not be sufficient funds available to this fall this summer, actually, when people are applying for student loans. We've got to have every governor and every state stand by and be prepared to make sure that the mechanisms are there so that college loans are available. I'd like to see incentive programs for people to not only get college student loans, but also to serve this country, and in return for it, that service would also give them more educational benefits. Of course, serving in the military, and we're going back and forth now about how badly we need, and we do need educational benefits for the men and women who have served in the military. But we also, I think, should provide benefits for young Americans who serve in a lot of places, like Teach for America and a number of other programs that are available. And then over time, I think we should obviously and set some kind of priorities, but one of them should certainly be math, science, engineering, and other technical capabilities, that we could make sure that they have sufficient funds to get the quality education that they're capable of. And so education in America challenges spring from fixing No Child Left Behind, which was a good beginning but needs to be fixed, to giving parents more choice and opportunities, to thereby giving them the quality education that would qualify them for the benefits of a quality education in America.